Yeah, okay, mate. Let's have a look here. Stark USDT 3 months, 6 months look like it's close to a bottom. Could you please check? Yeah, this is trying to bottom right now. That API 3. So something very interesting happening here. Obviously, let's look at the volume here, and that is on a 3 month chart. 6 month chart. This is a very nice 6 month candle. A lot of coins over the years have bottomed on these candles, right? So it's definitely something to be watching at. Can it bounce into the end of the year and close green? I'm not sure, but even if it does bounce and close green, there is a chance that you, like, say if it closed up here, there still is a chance that you can still be buying the wick on a new year. So on dips back down into that sort of area. So, do you trade it right now or do you trade it on a new year? That is a matter of preference, or do you trade it both times? If you're looking for shorter term trades. Um, it's I don't really like the 3 month. I don't like the height of this wick. It's way up here, but what it is saying is that saying, well, okay, well, price could come back up there and fill this wick at least. Of course, then it could go more than that. I'm not saying it can't go above that wick, but the wick is pretty high up, and to get back into a real uptrend, as an example, price needs to get above that. So even from here to get above there is 256% to try and get above the past quarterly highs. That's a long way to the upside just to get above the last high. So I'm not the biggest fan of that part of it, but it doesn't mean the price can't be bouncing up into it and fill this wick, and maybe going above it later. I'm just saying that's a difficult task. A little bit like here, when price was down here, it's not easy for price then to come the whole way up above this wick, right, and maybe even go higher, because this wick is so far above price. So it's hard to break this sort of market structure of getting above this previous high, meaning that it's still in a downtrend, and meaning that bounces up here, 200% bounces, can still be in a downtrend. So it is important to take that into perspective. But I do see what you're saying. It's trying to do something. This is a yearly chart here. I'm on the futures. I'm not sure if there's differences. Maybe I'll just have a look at this one. Yeah, this is the. I mean, it's pretty much the same here, only on the spot. But yeah, like, it's a difficult one, right? It's definitely a difficult one. There is a low, major low here. So what you have here is you have a range that is formed within price, and what happens within ranges like this, it's often very choppy, right? So what I'm saying is that it's not an easy trade. It's not ideal. It's not easy. Now, if price comes down and goes below this level here, well, that might be a beautiful stop onto this low. But until that point, there's always a possibility it comes down here. A lot of other coins are coming down here. Stark has not dropped down there yet, but it's that's the October 10th low, crazy low actually. So I'm not sure if it's going to come the whole way down to that point or not. I don't know. So yeah, so it's still dropping at the moment. Obviously, you need to watch for some sort of reversal. I'm going to suggest maybe on a new week, which is a new 2 week. There's a new 2 week in 3 days time. You just have to look back at here to see what happened. There was, that's a reversal, and you can get some decent move to the upside. At the moment, we don't have that. It's just dropping. It's just a matter of watching it. Is it going to have medium-term bounces, 50% fills of this wick and then bouncing, or is it going to continue to grind, down into this level, which is an amazing level to bounce up? At this point, we don't know that yet, but we do know that there's a range forming. I think we'll go back and look at this move here. So you can see we didn't come down and stop on any lows down here, but what happened on the very lows here? That was a beautiful, beautiful stop hunt. Somewhere right in there that created this huge bounce of 140%. So I think we're in the same circumstance here, or not same, sorry, but this is a base. This is still dropping, but the market, if the market doesn't react very bad to the Japan news tomorrow, the entire market is very oversold and it could actually bounce. It might have been a lot of sell the rumor, buy the news type of thing. So we need to see tomorrow how it goes. If there's any bullish weekly stop ons, they are buys. And the truth is, I need to look into the tokenomics of this again. You have to ask yourself, it's not really safe trading these because, I mean, how far is that down? I mean, that's down 97%. So you have to ask yourself, why is it dropping? Is the business making any money? Is the well, I was going to say is the company, but are they continuing to offload shares or coins onto the market, over this period of time to fund their business? Is the business making any money now at this point, and they've already been shelling out all these tokens and stuff? If the business is not making money, they're going to continue to release tokens and continue to drive down the price. Now, I know that's way down -0, but I'm just trying to give an example of suppression of price because the business is not making enough money and they're continuing to sell tokens to fund their business. So, stuff like that needs to be questioned or looked into fundamentally if you're buying this long term. But if you're trading it, you need to wait for that correct trading signal, and that would be this is a deep red on the month. There's 13 days left. There's no reason at this point to be knife catching this, in my opinion, unless you get a possible bullish 2-week stop hunt here on a new 2-week, which is in 3 days' time. Otherwise, the 6-month chart does look very interesting. Doesn't look as good here, actually. How many candles was on this? Yeah, see the difference there. It looks a lot better here on that. Like you could easily see something like this happening, moving back up on a new quarter or a new 6 months, sorry, something like that. I think this is the more likely scenario. You get bounces into the start of the new year or whatever. But other than that, or the bullish 2-week stop hunts and stuff, I think you need to be careful. But there may be something happening here. You just need to be careful because these can't continue to go lower. But yeah, there may be something here. It just needs to be traded accordingly and trade that bullish 2-week stop hunt, or else wait until a new 6 months and try and trade that. Yeah, anyway, mate. Yeah, I hope you're well and talk to you soon.